Alright, it's September 6th and it's close to the end of the summer, but it's still been about 90 degrees on average and not really cooling down too much during the night. So it's been really hot and it hasn't rained hardly at all for about 2 or 3 months. And it's been made a drought, so basically any other grass and anything else is drying out. But this is the dendrocalamus asper hitam, and I've had it since about 15 weeks ago, and right now it's kept on growing. It's gone all the way up to like almost a foot long leaves, pretty long. Like my hand is 8 inches long and it's way longer than my hand, and it could probably get leaves above a foot, but it's been getting so hot in the middle of the day. It's actually about 4 o'clock now, so it's actually not the hottest, but a few days ago, maybe even a week ago, I actually put out this shoot right here. It originally had a shoot when I got the division, but through shock, I actually lost it. And it's been just putting out a whole bunch of foliage. Like at the 3-week point, there was no foliage, and it only had branches by the 4-week point, and really some leaf at the 5-week, and it just kept on growing more and more leaves. So by about 10 weeks, it was pretty well leafed out, and right now that it's 15-week mark, it definitely has a really strong, fast rising shoot. But I have to water this guy every single day, because this pot, even though it's like a 15-gallon pot, it dries up so quickly. So I'm really hoping it puts out even more shoots, and this shoot has been rising 1 or 2 inches every day, so I expect it to be up at full height within a couple of weeks. And this is one that's also the dendrocalamus hitam black, the dendrocalamus asper, and it doesn't show any shoots yet, but thinking eventually it will happen. Neither has this bamboo solaco, but probably not watering these guys enough. It's been so hot. All these bamboo solacos, they've had these shoots, but not really trying to rise up so quickly. I've been selling off a lot of these plants, but for like the ones I have, these are Bambusa changia and Bambusa textilis. This made a couple of shoots, but it seems like with the drought, it's really bothering them in terms of making new shoots. But there is actually one pretty good development I have. This is dendrocalamus giganteus. It's my biggest one, and it's in, I think it's got a 25-gallon pot. And we only made this one big comb earlier in the year during the spring. I think it was sometime in like May or so. And then finally, now in September, it's putting out another shoot. Doesn't look like it's super big, but it's really hard to tell at this point because it could get a lot bigger. So it could be over an inch. Because these guys tend to keep on getting bigger as they follow. And they're my Spinacus divisions. I've already sold most of them. And my other bamboo solaco. See here is a shoot, but it just doesn't seem like it wants to rise because it's just been way too hot and dry. I usually would give these guys a couple of buckets of water about twice a week, and you see how it's so stressed. Like these leaves, probably gotta give it some more water today because they're just barely hanging in there. Like I'm just giving them enough water so they don't die, because I'm just really trying to wait out this drought, which is One of the worst droughts I've ever seen. This is actually what happens when it doesn't have any moisture. The shoots will literally dry up like this and they're just dead. Really can't do too much about it. But what I'm thinking is once we actually get some rains, some significant rainfall, like an inch or more, this guy's gonna start going like crazy because it's not like it doesn't have enough mass. It just needs a little bit of water, which is not getting. While like cassava plants or other types of plants can retain water a lot better because they have tubers, but not really bamboos. Here's my dendrocalamus asper. It's not the hitam, it's the regular green asper, and it has the same thing to a little bit of a lesser degree, but still has a ton of foliage, and it's so hard to keep this guy hydrated. Like I'll continually put buckets of water on the top of this shoot, which is actually the biggest one so far, but it's still going to struggle mightily. So I could try to water it every day, but so far it's in a drought. The best thing to do is just give it enough water to make sure we don't have anything die off. So once we can wait out the drought, hopefully the drought ends within a few more weeks. Should start getting some major upsize on all these bamboos.